1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters gon' move, whatever click you choose.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that's me gassing on that intro song. And if you want to get that song, hit me up on my email, 16tolifemusic@gmail.com, and I'm going to give you the information on how to get it. And let's get into this video. So earlier today, I was just scrolling, chilling, on YouTube, scrolling through there looking. And I happened to run across this video right here of this dude, right? And so I happened to run across part 2, which I'm going to do a little reaction to. But in the course of part 2, he was also talking about, he had did part 1 earlier, about a month ago. So I found part 1. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a few clips and moments from part 1 that of the video that he did, and then I'll get into part 2 and I'll react to part 2. So anyway, let's hop right into that right now.
There are many archetypes of self-hating black people, but there is a form that I rarely see people mention under this category: gang members or some of these street dudes. Now, y'all already know me. I am a person that doesn't look at things linear. If we go back, gangs started off as something that was of value, but in 2026, these shits have completely lost their aura. The reason I'm even doing this video is because of a clip from a No Jumper interview that completely pissed me off.
I see I'm banging on everything. Only people I'm not banging on is white boys and Mexicans. You feel me? They not my.
We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It's regular that I'm a bang on everything black that I see.
Out of place. And in 2026, what we now see are dumbass niggas like him running around leading the charge. So I want to break down the clip. He stated first, when I see a black man, I'm on him. The only people that get a pass are the white men and the Hispanic men, people that don't look like him. And even in the clip, right, Adam 22 and the other white man gonna tell him I appreciate it. He gonna sit there like, yeah, like these dudes be so hard until it's really time to be hard. Y'all could be doing so much better things with y'all life instead of pressing other black men. LA gangs, they have this check-in culture. I mainly see it in California. I know other states may do it, Texas, but mainly in California. Every time a black celebrity is supposed to be somewhere in there, one of these fucking big homies come out of the way talking about, hey bro, you need to check in with us. You need to check in. Nigga, who the f are you? I don't see none of y'all making Tom Cruise check in. Y'all not making Leonardo DiCaprio check in. Y'all aren't making Elon Musk check in. So why does this black person have to check in for? He's not even a gang member. Yeah, y'all love to press other black men, but when it's time to press these other people, you don't do it.
What's the deal? What's the deal? I'm from ATM Compton Crib. I'm from ATM Compton Crib. I'm from ATM Compton Crib. I'm from Compton, California.
Fuck Compton Crib.
Yeah. That's how y'all feeling?
Yeah.
And them look like some Hispanics.
What's up?
Hell yeah, y'all.
What are you guys doing right here?
We're just doing a little interview.
You guys are rappers or what?
Yeah, I'm a rapper.
Fucking A-gang.
That's A-gang. I got it right here. You see it's on my neck.
Salute.
I'm A-gang too.
So today, y'all, we're gonna be doing a part 2 to a video I dropped about a month ago titled The Raccoons We Don't Talk About. Basically, in that video, I was talking about how the black community, we need to start shaming these gang bangers, these street dudes, the same way we do the raccoons or the sellouts within the black community. And as time and time goes on, I am just getting less tolerant for these individuals. And this is coming from someone who's hood adjacent. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in this environment. I got friends in this environment, family members. But the same way I'm talking to this camera right now, I tell them the same shit. In 2026, man, it's time to let all this bullshit go. If you do not understand that your enemy is not another person that looks like you, I don't know. You just need to get the fuck up out of here. I just look at the prominent revolutionaries, man. You know, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton. If they were to come back today and see how out of hand a lot of these dudes are, they would feel like what the fuck they died for. I mean, literally. Yes, gangs started as a way to protect the black community, but in current day, you are doing the opposite. Y'all are on the same terms as a lot of these Klansmen. Shit, even worse. This is a heartbreaking story, y'all. 19-year-old high school football star William Leapart was shot and killed in LA over a hat he was wearing. He was allegedly wearing a Astros hat in Compton.
Now, I just happened to see that, I think, yesterday or the day before on Facebook, and I think that happened like 2 or 3 days before I seen it. So I don't know exactly when it happened, but yeah, his name was William Leapart, and according to what I read, and if I can remember, I believe he was 18 or 19, had plans on going to college, and he was in Compton wearing a hat, and they killed him.
But this is the LA gang politics, and I know I put gang members, but this is mainly to the LA members. It goes for all members, but LA specifically. It is 2026. Why are y'all still banging over colors? Blocks that are owned by the government. Like I stated, y'all are basically the fucking Klansmen. Because I guarantee you, y'all, if it was a white boy that walked through that same neighborhood and had the hat on that young man had, he would be fine.
I don't necessarily know about that, but he would be pushed up on due to ignorance. They would definitely want to make sure he wasn't affiliated. But I understand what this dude is saying, but since he's not necessarily from LA, he don't quite understand. I don't think a white dude would be able to walk through the hood like that with a hat on, but I definitely get what he's trying to say.
If it was a white dude in general that just walked through these blocks and even disrespect y'all would let it slide. But when it's a person that look like y'all have the up and most aggressive energy for your own. Y'all killed this young man, but George Zimmerman's still walking around.
Now, I'm not going to lie, right? That is something that I definitely agree with, right? And I have spoke about this in other videos, and I think the big reason for that is because these youngsters nowadays in this generation and stuff, I don't know exactly when it started, but they stopped growing up with a sense of black pride. That was the first thing that I was indoctrinated with, was black pride, right? And now a lot of these individuals, they are from the age of 4, 5, 6 years old. They are indoctrinated with this street stuff from YouTube. Their parents listen to this type of music, so on and so forth, right? I have said often, they are not even allowed to be little kids and stuff and play before they start embracing this run off on the plug type mentality. So I definitely agree with what he's saying. I remember dudes my age, and especially dudes older, they would see certain things on the news or on TV or whatever, certain acts by white people perpetrated on black people, and they would become incensed. They would become extremely angry because what they seen had disturbed that sense of black pride that was instilled in them, right? And then later on, I would see certain things like that happen, and you have the younger generation who was not who didn't have that sense of black pride instilled in them. It would not bother them at all. So I definitely get what he's saying.
Rick Child still walking around. Black folks are getting hanged in 2026. Y'all not using y'all aggression to go slide through sundown towns. You niggas are killing your own people and claim that you're tough, bro. What? Man, we mentally cooked, bro. But I want to go back to a clip I showed in that last video as well. This is the mentality of a lot of gang members, not just LA.
See, niggas, I'm banging on everything. Only people I'm not banging on is white boys and Mexicans. You feel me? They not my.
We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It's regular that a nigga I'ma bang on everything black that I see.
Hey, bro, some of you niggas gotta go. Simple as that. However you take.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit sounded stupid as a motherfucker, right? But the thing is, right, when you try to talk to an individual like that, 9 times out of 10, because it's very hard for anybody, gang member or not, to admit when they're wrong. And when you're a gang member, that type of stuff is quadruple. Nobody wants to admit they're wrong. Nobody wants to feel like they're being checked. So in defense of that and not wanting to look stupid, then he doubles down and goes even harder when they make a statement like that. But I mean, this dude talking about he walks past Mexicans and white dudes and only bangs on blacks. I mean, come on, that does sound extremely stupid. And for anybody to subscribe to that mentality, cold situation.
Take it, that's how I mean it. We can't save everybody. And we got to start treating a lot of these gang banging street niggas as a disease. And like I said, man, I understand the street shit, especially down here in the South. It's not about colors and banging blocks. It's mainly retaliations. Your brother get killed, niggas want get back, kill them, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I understand that part, bro. But it's like somebody got to be the bigger man. We got to
even though what you just mentioned is almost a form of gang banging.
Let some of this shit go. Y'all won't forgive them, but you forgave them folks for doing all the stuff they did to our people. You know what I'm saying? Lynching us from trees, feeding our babies to alligators, ripping us apart with horses and stuff like that, setting us on fire, tar and feather, eating us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all forgave that shit. You don't have.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. I remember one time I was in Tehachapi and I went to the library and I checked out a book called The Bullwhip Days. There happened to be a dude there, a little older, by the name of Long Beach. They called him LB. And I think he probably was about 40 years old. And this book, The Bullwhip Days, it has a picture of a famous former slave on there. I forget what they used to call him. I think his name was Bullwhip Ned or something like that. But he has horrendous scars on his back. And the dude, Long Beach, seen that book. He said, man, I can't stand to look at that motherfucking type of shit. I mean, and on the other side of the book, there was a black lady, a slave, holding a white baby. He said, man, I'd take that baby and I'd slam it up against the wall, bash his head in. And I understand his anger because, like I said, he was one of those brothers who was instilled in black pride. And so things like that, of course, bother him. In this day and age, once again, there is no black pride instilled in a lot of these individuals. That's why it's easy for them to do something to somebody black.
No animosity for their descendants. But another brother, you want to be tough and all big and bad and kill him, man. The CIA is happy and smiling about this shit, bro. It's too many people that's not from LA speaking on LA politics. How can you justify what happened to that young man because he had a hat on? Nothing justifies that at all. Nothing will make me understand why that was a valid reason. Nothing. The political roots where your standpoint is. You are completely right that the mindset of combating the government and police brutality was the driving force for teenagers who started these groups. Their inspiration. When Raymond Washington, the founder of the Crips, and Sylvester Scott, Blood's co-founder, were growing up in the late 1960s, their older brothers in neighborhoods were Black Panthers. They watched the government violently dismantle those community defense groups. The Black Panther Company, original members like Kumasi and Tukey Williams have stated that when they first started getting together, they explicitly wanted to fill the shoes of the Black Panther. They wore leather jackets, took over neighborhoods, and wanted to protect black residents from aggressive police and white gangs, like the Spook Hunters, that attack black kids. So that was the foundation of a lot of these LA gangs. In 2026, tell me, how does any of that reflect what's going on now?
I can't even hold y'all, twin. If a nigga is in a gang by the year 2030, we just got to end their life, bro. Like, seriously. Because all this gang shit, bro, it's so stupid, bro. Like, what do you gain from it, bro? Unless, like, you got a crew.
You don't gain anything from it. And in 2026, we see examples of where it leads you. I don't know why a lot of these dudes think they're going to be the exception. They're going to end up like this rich. I don't know. Like, but either way, you're going to be dead or you're going to be in prison for the rest of your fucking life. Me and
Now that's kind of funny, but it's not. He just said, he said, man, if a dude is in a gang by the end of the year 2030, we just gotta end their life. You know what I'm saying? And that's funny, but it's not funny. I mean, it's at some point, man. And I guess, and I'm not one to talk, right? Because I was involved in the gang activity, so on and so forth. But I think at some point, if you are fortunate to mature, you see the ignorance of what we are running around doing, man. When I was locked up, right, I met so many intelligent black dudes, gang members, who had so many different talents, right? And a lot of times initially, I would be so in awe because the culture had started making me see my people as just gang members. I remember one of the most intelligent individuals I met, and I forget where this dude was from, right? I met him in the Crip tank in Riverside County. He was a Crip from LA, and his name was Stupid. But this dude was very, very intelligent, right? And I think the name stupid probably because being stupid in the gang culture is something that people embrace. People want to say, oh yeah, that homie is stupid, man. He is stupid. Another one of the very, very intelligent Crips I ran across was a dude by the name of Dan Tanner from Long Beach Insane. I did a story on him on my YouTube channel called The Biggest Crip I Ever Met. I think we've all seen interviews of Monster Cody courtesy of Kev Mac. Shout out to Kev Mac. That dude was so intelligent, but a lot of times this culture makes a lot of us think the worst of us, right? And so it's just crazy that what he's saying is so true, man. We have to start doing better, really. I mean, but the youngsters, of course, they're doing what they're doing, and I can understand that, right? But the difference between my generation and this generation, you had a lot of older dudes in my generation preaching nothing but negativity. And so we were following what was being taught to us. But if these older dudes, if they try to preach some positivity, it might work, it might not. I mean, who knows?
Oh, what to do being around a bunch of men, probably gonna end up being gay. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being gay, but a lot of y'all homophobic, you're gonna turn gay because you're around men all day. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. No benefits. It's a high risk, no reward at all. Even if you in the streets for money now, bro, you can make more money working a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm loving that a lot of my brothers are waking up. I see videos like this all the time. This video right here has 100,000 likes. So you know what I'm saying? We are all waking up, especially my generation, Gen Z. We're like, hold on, bro. What are we doing this for? We got bigger threats. We got bigger problems to worry about. We killing each other.
Like it's just you and your homies. They got like a little name for y'all, so that's different, bro. But like if you like really deep into the streets, bro, you just need to alter your life, bro. I'm not even joking, bro.
I'ma keep it a stack. That gang banging shit played out, bro. I remember we used to be in the hood, niggas all around, just chilling, not getting no money for real. Just posted it with blicks and smoking all day, not doing shit. I'm telling you, bro, like, most people I know in the street don't even take care of their kids, don't have cars, cribs, nothing, no education.
They don't have anything, bro. If they pass away, what are their children getting? What they leaving behind to their family? Nothing. In fact, you're leaving them in more debt because they got to pay for your fucking funeral. What are we doing? And like I said, we got to start treating this shit really how it is, man. Y'all are raccoons. Y'all are a disease to the black community. You're not giving us no benefit now. You know what I'm saying? I could understand if y'all was out here doing what needs to be done, taking out, I can't say too much what I really want to say, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got no purpose out here. Y'all just hurting other black people, bruh. Like, god damn, bruh.
Bro, just basically like useless. Just useless. That's what you, like, for real, bro. Like, not getting money for real. Like, now I think about it, bro. I know more niggas that's real that don't gang bang that do, bro. A lot of gang members gonna tell.
And then, yeah, they gonna end up telling each other all this shit. But even real, what do we consider real, bro? A real man, like I keep stating, a real man is not someone that's hyper masculine and is super tough. A real man is somebody that take care of his responsibilities. If he got a family, he providing for them. If he got kids, he's being a great role model to them. If he's married, he's being a good husband. He's been a great citizen. You know what I'm saying? He has morals. He stands on something. They don't even understand the politics for real. They don't understand why they even shooting and killing each other. They don't understand that all of this was manufactured. So I'm tired and sick of it, bro. I literally am. I'm done making excuses for a lot of these dudes, bro.
They're really scary and they be freaking on boys. I mean, that's your business, but it's just like, it's a whole facade, bro. I met more solid friends that do, bro, that take care of their business, bro. It's like really just going to jail and dying over nothing, bro. And a lot of niggas from the streets gonna change their life. That's what's fucked up. Niggas follow rules in jail, but not outside.
Hey, yeah, bro, he cooking with this video. But once again, these are videos of other young black men. We seeing that this shit is stupid, and we tired of y'all, bro. We tired of it.
I understand gang members in developing countries way more than in America, because at least some of them actually run like entire regions, like they have real influence. In America.
And so I'm gonna wrap that up right there, right? And I'm gonna just say this, I think that a lot of times individuals involved in these gangs and these situations are involved in them, but a lot of times because they don't have other ways, and this is all that's taught to them, and this is all this is all they see, right? Man, I'm gonna tell you guys, I had a cold conversation with an individual I done some time with, right? And we wasn't extremely close. I'd seen, on the yard, and to keep it 100, this dude was a cold knucklehead, and I'm gonna mention his name, right? Hopefully he don't mind. The dude's name is Finbone from Rolling 40s, right? And at this time, man, this dude is running around catching fades. This dude was 100% with the shit. You know, if it was something going on with his hood and his homies or whatever, he was right there front line. He was a youngster around 19, 20. So I get a message on my Instagram basically saying, hey, what's up? Glad to see you out. You're doing good, so on and so forth, right? Now, so I hit him back like, hey, what's up, man? Who are you? You know, I didn't recognize him. It's been, I don't know what, 15, 13, 14 years, somewhere around there, right? And so anyway, he hit me back, man. He said, you might not remember me. I'm Finbone. You know, like I said, we didn't kick it and hang out. It was a big age difference. He was from Los Angeles. You know, I'm from the Inland Empire. But I definitely remember him. And me and another partner of mine, man, Spoon from Shotgun, we have mentioned and talked about Finbone a lot. Anyway, so I hit him back. You know, we had a good conversation, man. Dude done changed his life around 100%. The dude is driving trucks. You could just tell he's talking to me. You can tell he's extremely mature, but you can see the background of his house. This dude is in an extremely nice house. At some point, his kids come get in his lap. They talking to him, man. He just don't know, man. I was so proud of that dude because just to know the individual he was back then and to see the individual that he's become now. He's driving trucks. He's doing good. And then he's talking and he's explaining to me a whole lot while he was going through a lot of the things that he was going through, right? And I'm gonna hope we get a chance to interview him, but right, basically what he explained is, man, he was really hurting inside due to a lot of things going on in his life, and as a gang member, he felt he couldn't express that stuff to people. So, I mean, it was just an extremely touching story, and honestly, if I interview him, I don't even think the interview will be that good as that phone conversation, because the phone conversation just came from the heart and he's explaining and just saying things, right, that nobody had any idea of but possibly his celly. He was just going through a lot. And so this is one thing I hate when I see people, not necessarily this dude right here, but I'll just see people comment on YouTube videos in relation to gangbangers, and they'll make all these negative comments or whatever, and not necessarily knowing that a lot of times, man, those dudes are raised in environments that they have no control over, and they don't necessarily have the right type of influences in their life to give them the right direction. And so it was just an extremely touching phone call, man. And anyway, man, so if this get back to you, Finbone, shout out to Finbone, man. Hopefully I'm gonna get a hold of you soon. We'll try to get that interview in. But definitely, man, we have to start putting our heads together and figure something out, because sending our folks to the grave and to the penitentiary definitely does not make sense, man. Anyway, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to Life. Resume normal program.